decide if it's coincidence or God incidence. Now, here is your host, Steve Rose.
It wasn't that long ago I had an incident happen which caused me to question whether it was a coincidence or something more, maybe even a God incidence.
All right, that's just a little taste of a new TV show coming to our sister station, CW14. And joining me in the studio, that TV host, Steve Rose, is here. Hi, Steve.
Rachel, it's always good to see you.
Motivational speaker, author of the book, Coincidence or God Incidence. So you have this new show from the pages of the book.
That's right. Stories that cannot be proven naturally, scientifically, analytically. Things that happen, you say, oh, that's a coincidence. Well, we've chosen, Rachel, to say they're God incidences, and we've spent an awful lot of time finding some incredible but true stories, angel stories, money provision, medical stories, and fun stuff. Yeah, and it starts this Sunday.
And we're talking a lot of these stories.
Yeah.
39 of the ones from in here are we're going to see.
That's right.
Because you've not only interviewed the people who are telling the stories, but then you reenact them.
That's correct. Sort of an Unsolved Mysteries meets Paul Harvey's rest of the story with a faith and family value base. Do you have 20 seconds? I'll share one real quick. Called The Midnight Nurse. Erin Harrison has a little baby. And a nurse comes in, 5'4", little wavy hair, kind of a drill sergeant. She says, listen to me. You do not feed that baby, and at midnight you call a nurse and ask for an empty stomach wait. She said, Steve, I've had 4 kids before, empty stomach wait. So anyway, at midnight she does the buzzer. The nurses come in and they say, what's the deal? Well, the nurse said to come do an empty stomach wait. They looked at each other. Well, they took Michael, and he was blue. He was blue at exactly midnight. They told her to come out. They said, your baby is in cardiac arrest. He's not good. They flew him to Children's Hospital. They cut him, and they saved him. And they explained to her that right at midnight, this baby's heart was supposed to have closed, and it didn't, and he wouldn't have died. Well, Michael went on to live. She went back to the hospital, and she said, I want to talk to that nurse who asked for the empty stomach wait. Well, what'd she look like? Oh, about 5'4", bobby hair, glasses. He said, we have nobody here who looks like that.
Wow.
Yeah, the Midnight Nurse. Coincidence or God incidence.
And I saw a little bit of the show in a trailer that's on your website, and you actually see somebody with the baby and the nurse come in and the doctor. So it's neat to see these stories come to life. Will you tell the story of the lifeguards?
Absolutely. Oh, wow, great story. 1999 group goes down to a mission trip in Mexico, and 3 of the kids say, can we go body surfing? And they did, and they got caught in an undertow, and they're out there, and the pastor and his daughter are out there, and they're about ready to float away thinking, we're going to die. All of a sudden, 2 lifeguards come out and rescue them. Well, the short of it is they got back to the shore, and they looked later for these lifeguards. They were trying to find these people who saved them. They went into a town the next morning and said, look, before we do Mexico, Denver, back to Wisconsin, we just want to find these lifeguards. One of the guys who spoke the best English said, you're not going to find those lifeguards. There have never been lifeguards on Rosarita Beach.
So is that a coincidence?
Oh, I think it's a God incidence.
And that's the question you'll be asking.
That is.
The show is premiering this Sunday, right, on CW14. 8:30.
Yep.
How long will it go?
It will go a half hour, and there's 13 weeks of these, and each week you will be left asking, was that a coincidence or a God incidence?
And
absolutely.
3 stories a show, so you've got a lot to tell.
Absolutely, from all over, absolutely, yes. And the website is www.corgtv.com if you want to see that trailer, order a copy of the book. So corgtv.com.
And I actually found it by going to Facebook.
You did?
Because you have a Facebook page too.
Got a Facebook page.
Coincidence or God incidence?
Yeah, and go there and say that you like it. And please watch the TV show so there's more than just, my mom and Rachel watching. Okay. Please.
We'll be watching. Steve, thanks so much.
Rachel,
Good luck to you.
Good to see you. Hi to Peter too.
I will.